Hello there, lovely people. This is Ashley sending you my love from whatever reality I find myself in today to you, wherever your reality happens to be at this present moment in time. Now, before I start this video, I'd really like to just take a moment to thank everybody who has inquired after me, because I haven't been online very much lately, and I haven't done a vlog for a week or two because I haven't been very well, and I've been undergoing an enormous amount of probing, prodding, and different medical procedures going on, so please bear with me. I'm not going away altogether because I can't, because as anybody who has seen my vlogs before, you will already know that this for me is very cathartic. I mean, when you're affected by the Mandela Effect, as it's called, and I really hate that. I hate that term, but if you're affected by the Mandela Effect, by now it's gone way past just the logo changes. It's way past just the logo changes. I think in my last vlog I was talking about how McDonald's had changed and my friend's workplace. The whole of the way it was decorated had completely changed. Well, since then, the street I live on has changed. Not my house. My house is still exactly the same as it was, but further up the street, I'm on a back-to-back, you see, but the front bit of the street has changed. It was all very old houses, all like built in the 1860s, and suddenly halfway up the street we've now got like council buildings. Not that there's anything wrong with council houses, I come from one myself, but they weren't there. And I'm seeing the street looking totally different. And this is I mentioned this to the girl that I've talked about before. My friend's daughter is affected, but unfortunately I heard her talking to a mum who isn't affected, as I said, on the phone a couple of weeks ago, and she was kind of laughing with her about the changes that I've seen and told her about. So now I've decided I can't talk to her about the Mandela Effect. I haven't even got her to talk to now. And what irks me about it is the fact that she saw a building disappear, a building that she'd known all her childhood, disappeared. She took me to a museum, and there was a big library next to the museum, and the big library wasn't there. So it's not like she hasn't seen for herself things on the ground change and disappear. I actually, she agreed that her mother's work had changed, that McDonald's had changed, and yet she's still talking to her mother, saying about, kind of laughing about the whole situation and how involved I am with it. But when you're this affected, you can't be anything else. It's really difficult not talking to people, especially when, like, I was in not my hometown, but a town very close to it where I lived before in my teens and my husband grew up in, and we were on a street and I distinctly remember him saying that he remembers the old street with the old houses and shops being knocked down in the 1960s, and this new street with shops and things being built after that. Well, that same street had a plaque on it, and it said that it had been changed in, I think it was 1923. And there was another one on the corner of the street where there was a plaque that said it had been finished, that corner bit had been finished in 2001, and that just isn't true. It isn't, not in my reality. So obviously I'm seeing this plaque, and I can't keep quiet when I see these changes. I'm trying not to alert my family to how much has changed for me and is changing on a regular basis. So I questioned my husband about it. I said, I thought you said this had all changed in the 60s, Steve. You know that you remember the buildings that were here. And he's like, no, why would I say that? I wasn't even born. Maybe it was my granddad who said that. His granddad was born in 1917, but he'd still only have been 4, something like that. My maths isn't good. So my husband, the man I'm walking with, he doesn't even remember having the conversation with me, because it isn't the same man, is it? And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my family dearly, and I've got some beautiful grandchildren, and I'm trying to they're my grandchildren and they're my family, regardless of whether they are my original ones or not. They're my family and I love them dearly, but to be affected and have your own family members not remember what you do, not remember conversations we had together, not remember the way it used to be. So does that mean for them that they're here in where we are at this present time, and they've always been here? It seems that way, that whenever there's a shift that happens, they have always known, when there's a change, when I see a change, like my park, for instance, in my hometown, I discussed this on a vlog before, to them it's been there for 2 years, at least 2 years, many years, it's worn like it has been there for that time. So it's a different reality. We're walking through different realities, and the ramifications of that we really don't know. We have no idea what the ramifications of that is. All we can do is have each other. You see, there are many different theories about what's happening to us, and none of us know in reality, whatever reality it is, none of us understand what it is. None of us know what it is. All we know for sure is that our reality is changing around us, and we are being moved, and that our bodies have physically changed. Our bodies have physically changed. And if our bodies have physically changed, and our geography has physically changed, and in fact, some people have moved from Sagittarius arm of the Milky Way to the Orion arm of the Milky Way, but it wasn't the same Orion as I lived on. And then Orion has now moved to halfway up the arm instead of 1/3 up the arm. And your reality outside your front door is changing, and yet you're having to pretend that you can't see anything. How do we do that? There's too much. There's too much to get your head round. And you're walking through this world of make-believe, but it feels solid under your feet, and it tastes and it smells, and you can see. But it's bloody difficult trying to live an ordinary life in a world that's forever changing around you, in front of your very eyes, where the impossible has become possible and is happening with no explanation, none at all. And the powers that be they come out every now and then to disrespect us when they should be owning up, because it's happening. But where is it taking us? What's the end outcome? What's the conclusion? Because all I know is that I am the same person in here. The essence of Ash, mental as that is the person I've been all my life. I remember everything clearly. It's in here, it's who I am. I remember my beautiful, beautiful Orion Earth. And I want to go back there, but it doesn't look like I'm ever going to. So, whatever it is, keeps placing us in different places. It's not the world around us changing. It seems to be us moving. Therefore, people around us, it's their normal reality. It's their normal reality. They know the changes that I'm seeing. They don't see. It's not a change to them. It's and always has been, or it's been like that for some time. Which is why you out there are so important to me. And thank you to those of you who have already joined our little Facebook group. It isn't my group, I set it up, but it's, we are one, we are family. I have my family here, and then I have you lot, and believe me, I'm nothing without you, because you have guided me, kept me sane, given me information that I needed. And don't get me wrong, I am doing better than I was when I first made my very first coming out vlog, so to speak, which thanks to Vanessa VA, she shared that. And thanks again to Dale DeFay, who has really helped me. His work is phenomenal. Please, if you don't know him, look him up. It's Terrors of the Milky Way. Please have a look at what he does. He's absolutely phenomenal. He's helped me so much. So thank you. Yet again, thank you so much for being here for me. I'm going to put the link to the Facebook group down below. But beware, if you are a troll just there to disturb, you will be removed straight away, and you're not. We don't care about what you have to say. We really don't care. what you have to say. We're here for each other, and that's what the group's about. And let's see if we can build it up and gain some friendships. So trolls aren't welcome. It's a safe place for all of us to get to know each other, share our experiences, notice it, share the differences that we're seeing, because we only have each other to talk to. And believe you me, I am not here to argue with anybody. I don't give a shit what you say to me. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care. I really don't care. And if that's what you're spending your time doing, you want to give your own life a good looking at. Because it's a bit sad, isn't it, really? And on that note, I'm going to send you my love once again. And I will see you soon.